This is called Poor Man's Steak. It's an Amish recipe. Have you ever heard of it? If you have, comment down below. Let me know if you've tried it and what you think. And don't go anywhere because there's a little tip and trick to frying these burgers that you don't want to miss. So this recipe comes from Lavina. She's here on YouTube and she's absolutely amazing and adorable. So if you haven't yet, be sure to check out her channel. I'd like to give credit where credit is due, and I've made a lot of her recipes and they are incredible. So to get started, you just want to season up some ground beef to your liking. I used salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And yes, I am going to use my bare hands to mix this up, and if that bothers you, I can't help you with that. Do not overmix this, because when you overwork the ground beef, it'll make your hamburgers or your poor man's steak, it'll make it tough, and you don't want that. So just kind of be gentle, kind of fold it all in if you can. Okay, now watch this. This is where the tip comes in for frying or cooking the poor man's steak. I had never heard of this, and I really liked this technique. You take butter, melt it in your pan, add a little bit of flour, and whisk that for a minute. And then that's what you cook the burgers in. I don't know, it just really adds like this little crusty, crispy layer to the top of your burgers. It's wonderful. I'd never heard of it before. Have you ever tried doing this technique? I would love to hear from you down below in the comments. I love this. I highly recommend doing it this way. I wouldn't skip this step. I'm also wondering if we could do this with other cuts of meat like regular steak. After you flip them, you are going to take a can of cream of mushroom soup, and you're going to dollop that on top of each of these burgers or steaks, whatever we are choosing to call them. I just used 1 can of cream and mushroom soup and divided it in 4. And then you go over the top of this with a couple slices of your favorite cheese. I used sharp cheddar, but you could use whatever kind of cheese you like and have on hand. After you get the cheese slices on, you could at that point get a lid on it and pop it into the oven and finish it off there. I, however, just decided to do this whole recipe on the stovetop, and in my opinion, it was easier that way. So that is what I would recommend. So now here I am adding the slices of cheddar to the tops of the steak burgers. I'm going to pop a lid on that and just let the burgers finish cooking, get that cheese nice and melted and ooey gooey. Look at this, you guys. These turned out incredible. They're so good. Even if you're rich, you're still going to want to make these poor man's steak burgers. I'm telling you, 10 out of 10. And to go with these, I made some homemade applesauce, and the sweetness and the warm cinnamon of the applesauce just paired so perfectly with these savory burgers. And it's so easy. If you've never made homemade applesauce, I'm going to take you back right now real quick and show you how to make this. It goes so well with so many dishes, and it's so easy. Kids love this. My husband loves this. Everyone needs this recipe, in my opinion. So here we go. For this amount of applesauce, I used 8 apples, and I just used a combination of a few different kinds. I used Granny Smith, Fuji, and Honeycrisp, and I really like that combination for applesauce. I also love this peeler, corer, and slicer. This will save you so much time, especially on a weeknight when you just want to whip up a batch of homemade applesauce, but you don't want to peel and core and slice all these apples by hand. I will link this down below. I've had mine for forever. My dad got it for me a long time ago. But this is the most incredible kitchen gadget. It's one of those things that I give away as gifts, and it's just really handy to have if you like to make apple pie or apple cobbler or applesauce. So once you get all of the apples peeled and cored and sliced, this is what they look like after they all go through that little gadget. I get them into my pot, add in a little bit of fresh lemon juice, some water, cinnamon, and some brown sugar. And that is it. I then just get that on the stovetop, Cook it covered on medium-low heat for about 40 minutes or so. I stir it a couple of times throughout that. And then when the apples are nice and tender and soft, I just come in with a potato masher and just mash it up until you get the desired applesauce consistency that you and your family like. And that is how you make homemade applesauce. How easy. Now let's try the poor man's steak. These turned out incredible, like I said. I just want to say thanks so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me in the kitchen today. Like this video, share this video, subscribe if you'd like to see more of my content. It's free, and I can't wait to see you next time.